Evening, everyone. It's about 7:30. I know it's a little late, and it is Tuesday evening. And this is your closing comment, and it's video number 838. And I remind you, if you like the work, hit that subscribe button. The reason that we're so late is because there's a great golf match on, and I've kind of been watching it on and off. And it's Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson against Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers. So it's fun. Okay, so we started off barely up, and the NASDAQ took off and was very strong. The Dow, on the other hand, turned the other way. At the low of the day, it was down about 420, but it closed down only half that. So on the range line, it's a mid-range close and only down 0.6%. However, the market internals were 1.8 to 1 down for the NYSE. The NASDAQ was strong, led mostly by Amazon and Apple. Amazon actually made a new all-time high and closed up 4.7%, and Apple 142, up over $2, 1.5%, and headed towards a new high. And when we really started accelerating to the downside, the NASDAQ gave back all its gain, but actually finished on the positive side, which is a new all-time high close, up 24.32, or just under 0.2%. But there too, the market internals were 2 to 1 down. On the upside, volume was lower. So, we've had a couple of big rally days where the volume was a little higher. Now on the downside, it's a little lower, which is the way that you want it. The S&P was down, started up, was down 40, and it actually closed down only 880. So on its range line, it was 3/4 of the way up. Let me just take a look. Yep, as you can see, it was 3/4 up on the range. So, not a bad close. Kind of an interesting day there. The big loser was the Russell, the small caps, and they were down 31.26, or 1.33%. Transportation's right behind it, down 151.25, or a shade over 1%. On the Dow, we were 22 down and 8 up. Although on the downside, there wasn't anything really extreme. In loss of Dow points, we had AMGN down 33, Caterpillar and Goldman Sachs 28 apiece, Disney 22, 3M 20, and JP Morgan down 17. So not really excessive losses, but all of those stocks rallied a bit, into the close. On the upside, we had two double digits. They were CRM, Salesforce, and Apple, both adding 14 to the Dow. The big losers today were the Chinese stocks, and specifically any of the Chinese stocks that IPO'd recently. DIDI closed $12.49, down $3.04. And that stock really has been all over the place since they did the deal. I'd actually, as I said this morning, I'd actually like to see them cancel this deal, roll it right back, and give everybody their money back. The stock traded as high as 1801 on the day of the IPO on Wednesday, and it closed all the way down here at 1414, which was a really lousy performance. And then we had an up day on Thursday. Friday was another down day, and today you can see the gap to the downside was just massive. Another one Another Chinese stock that came very recently, CPOP. This is an entertainment company, Pop Culture Group. This stock came at 6, never traded below 12, and traded on the second day after the first day coming at 6, closing 31.5. The next day traded 78 before coming back to earth, although still up $30 on the day, and has come down yesterday and today. Today, the ugliest, 31.54, and that was down 41%, $21.86. So, these are stocks that have been all over the place. Another one that has become kind of a meme favorite is MRIN. MRIN Software. This is a company that has a hookup with Instacart. And as you can see, the company's been around a little while. Did a 1-for-7 reverse here. So it has kind of a light outstanding, less than you would expect, certainly less than it did when it came back in 2013. So the adjusted high on this stock is 139 and change. In the last couple of days, though, it has gone from $1.67, right here, $1.67 last week ago, Wednesday, jumped up last Tuesday, $9 or 130%, had a down day, another up day, and today traded to a new recovery high, 27.26, and finished the day 24.24, up 385 or 19%. Again, just a tie-up with Instagram for their advertising platform. Pfizer was down a little, down 1.2% or 46 cents after talking about the efficacy of their vaccine against the Delta variant. Clearly doesn't address it. So that's the problem there. Now, this is the gold chart, and I've been leaning on this a lot. We got long here, mostly because of Dennis Marlowe, who does our futures trading. He had this bottom here at 1670 and had this bottom here at 1760. So we've been long, and we had this higher low, higher high, same here, and then this morning. Now, this morning, when we were up here around 1810, we sold a bunch of our calls that we had in position with about an 80-cent average price, and we got $1.80 for them. They closed around $1.20, $1.15, I believe, and tonight we're a little higher. I can't imagine that we could make a higher high tomorrow, but as long as we have a higher low and we do close up on the day, I would be satisfied with this for the rest of the position that we have, and that would be fine with me. The other really big mover today on news was the oil. The oil was up to a new recovery high, a high we haven't seen in several years. Let's take a look here, and I can show you. Let's go to the 3-year. Okay, so we haven't been up here since October 1st, 2018. We hit a high of 76.90. Today's high was 76.98, so a nominal new high. Not overwhelming, but it's come a long way. Remember that down here at $6.50, the forward month that month went to minus 40 on the close. So from that low at $6.50 to the next major low on a sell-off to $33, and then from $33 here to another gain up to $67, a consolidation across. And as I've mentioned a couple of times on the weekly chart, that we've had 7 weeks in a row of higher highs and higher lows, including the week that we're in. But on a daily basis, this is a particularly ugly looking reversal, having been almost $77 this morning and closing under $74, almost $73. So from up over $2 to down almost $2, that's pretty extreme. And tonight we're up 21 cents. That's neither here nor there. Bitcoin was up 690. We sold the balance of the long-term position that we had starting at around $18, and the small second half of that position that I put on about a week and a half ago, GBTC, at 26.49. We got 29.13, I believe, for the whole thing. So that was decent. The dollar was up minorly, 92.54, up 13 cents. The bonds, which we got short this afternoon, were up roughly 1.25. They're a little higher tonight. And the one crypto position that we kept was Ethereum. I want to show you what Ethereum looks like. They've just started carrying it on this service. And the difference was that today, while Bitcoin had gone from up almost 3,000 to down on the day and then back up to just up 690, Ethereum was higher. In fact, it gapped up this morning, and it finished the day up 228, while Bitcoin was up, excuse me, 690. But you have to remember that Ethereum sells for 1/15 the price of Bitcoin. And so a $228 gain in that was pretty massive compared to what Bitcoin actually did. It's basically unchanged, down $2.20 at 2,333.75. Okay, so that's pretty much where we are. The futures tonight are a little bit better. As I said, the oil is up a little, 28 cents. The gold is up $2. The stock futures are basically unchanged, down 5 in the S&P, down 57 in the Dow, down 13 in the NASDAQ. The dollar, it has not reopened, and Bitcoin is up now just 150. And as I said, we're down $2.25. And the bonds, which had a high, I just want to show you why we actually got short here. The bonds spiked today, as they have several times before. Each and every one of these spikes, including this one that closed on the absolute high, turned back down and eventually made, a lower high and a lower low. We spiked here. This is May 7th. That was the day that the April employment numbers came out, the jobs number. They spiked on that up to 60.5 and closed 57.31, so 58, because those are 30 seconds. We then did the same thing a week and a half ago, where we spiked up to 63.02 and then closed at 59.30, down on the day. So, I'm using this 163.02 as a stopping point, because that would be the first higher low and higher high for this in a really long time. I'll show you on the weekly so you can see it's a little more obvious. Blow off, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, consolidation, lower low, break, lower low. So that would be a reversal here. I don't think that we're going to see it. We have a small position, so I'm not terribly concerned about it, but I like this trade. All right, everyone, that's it. And I'll be back first thing in the morning after I finish watching my golf. Don't forget to subscribe.